Alright, so, hey guys. So I've been getting a lot of questions, a lot of DMs and messages about the current setup right now. So right now the car is making 640 wheel horsepower, 570 foot-pounds of torque, and there's been some changes since the last build rundown I went through in my previous video. That video wasn't very good. It missed quite a few parts. So right now I've decided I'm going to go through every single thing in the car. So I have written down pretty much the entire parts list, and we're going to go through that, every single piece which you need to make over 600 horsepower, wheel horsepower in a Subaru. That's the car. And so let's start in the engine bay. Okay, so first of all, we got the various engineering hood vents. You need the cooling, so that helps with it. You can see straight through to the engine. We have a hood block-off plate because we're trying to get air out of the engine. We don't want air going in because we have a front mount. Let's kind of go inside and see how it looks. Aero catch hood pins. Okay, let's go through this list. First and foremost, we have a Golden Eagle sleeved EJ257 sleeved engine. It's kind of important. There are other options out there. You know, I know they're closed deck designs, but I don't really like closed deck, so we went with the sleeved version. Ported and polished heads. Trying to get that flow. Wiseco pistons, 8.5 to 1 compression ratio. I didn't want to go high compression. Some people do, but high compression means less boost, so what's the fun in that? So we stuck with stock compression ratios. Manly Turbo Tough rods. Need bulletproof rods. ACL bearings. The full GSC S2 valve train. So that includes cams, which are 272 duration. We have the valve springs, retainers, all that kind of stuff. So it's basically a fully built block. Next, to get the power, we use this guy right here, which is the Garrett GTX 3576R with a 0.82 AR rear housing. And it's all custom mounted. So we have custom 4-inch intake right here. Custom intake manifold, custom exhaust manifolds. I could have gone to and bought a kit like an ETS or a full race or something off the shelf, but you really don't know what you're getting in terms of fitment when you go custom like this. So I chose to have everything done custom made. That way you know everything's going to fit properly. I think it looks better, and surprisingly the price is not as crazy as some people think. Okay, we have the Torque Solutions TGV deletes right there. We have a 12mm blueprinted oil pump. Probably can't see that around here. Obviously, oiling is very important, so we have the Killer Bee oil pickup and windage tray. Still using the stock oil sump. I'm not using a Killer Bee sump. I don't think there's the need for that. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't had any problems yet. We have the CSF radiator. Cooling is important. If you can see here, we have right into here. It's kind of hard to see. It's a Setrab Series 6 oil cooler. I wanted to put it here in the vent, so you get a good clear shot of into the engine bay. In doing so, I had to cut out the hood latch. So you can see there's no more hood latch here, which is why I am running the Aero Catch hood latches. Okay, next, front cob, front mount. You can see this is the original cob setup here, but I just kind of had it hacked up to kind of save a little money. You know, even though it's a crazy build, you try to save money here and there. It costs a lot of money. We have the forge blow-off valve. right there. We have a 4-port electronic boost control solenoid. Always talk to your tuner. My tuner is Andy, who works over at Neutronics, as you can see over there. He wanted a 4-port boost. That's what he's comfortable with. So I call it a 4-port. Talk to your tuner. Catch cans in the back. We have the Vibrant catch can that's the crankcase. We have a secondary radium one for the heads. So it's a twin catch can setup. You'll also notice that there's no battery here. Battery's been relocated into the trunk for weight distribution. You can imagine all this extra stuff in front makes the car weigh quite a lot in the nose. So that's been relocated to the back. Next, radium fuel lines. You can see one right there. There's one on the other side. Kind of hard to see. Radium fuel pressure regulator in the back there. Okay, and then we have custom parallel lines. So you can see the fuel lines coming in through here. They tee off right there to these 2 separate lines on the engine. Injectors are Injector Dynamic 2000cc injectors. To make 640 wheel horsepower, they're at about 60% in the duty cycle, so there's still a lot of space left. But you know, going down the line, we may want more power. We may want to try to use a different fuel. So there's headroom. Who knows? Let's shoot for 1,000. You could probably do it, maybe. Okay, what else do we have? You can probably see here. There's the injector for our water meth kit, AM water meth kit. E85 is not really a thing here. I live up in Ontario in Canada, and getting E85 is really difficult unless you order in drums, and you don't really want to be storing drums of E85 in your garage, which is why I use meth. Okay, what else do we have? We have the AM IAT sensor. We have an AM fluid pressure monitor. That fluid pressure monitor is actually really important. It'll tell the cob axis port if you're running into a lean condition. During the tuning of the car initially, one of the pumps was starting to fail, and it's important. So it's something you shouldn't skip on. Oh yeah, we have beat rush, pitch stop mounts back there, nice and gold, and engine mounts as well. Okay, so let's go to that's pretty much the engine bay. Quick rundown. Let's go into the trunk and see what we have back here. Okay, so what you can see here is the AM water meth pump with the tank and the Taylor battery box. We also have a power disconnect there, so whenever I need to do any work on the car, just flip that switch and power is cut, and that makes things a lot easier. Let's go into the rear now. That's pretty much back there. The rear. Okay, where do we start here? We have the radium dual fuel pump hanger, and in that dual fuel hanger we have 2 Walbro 450 pumps. We have the radium fuel filter. You can also see all these fuel lines. They are PTFE, so they don't smell inside the car. That's key. You don't want to be running normal non-PTFE lines. They stink up your car. The reason everything's run internally is this is built as a track car, and if you go off track and you go onto the grass or whatever, you don't want to be tearing off fuel lines. So everything is internal to the car. What else do we have? Oh yeah, so you can see obviously the rear has been gutted. Save weight, obviously. Airbags have been removed. No interior panels. We have the NRG harness bar. We'll probably go to a cage at some point. That's probably the next step. Sparco 6-point harness. There's no front seats at the moment. That's just we're doing more work on the car, so that'll go back in at some point. Right here. Okay, in the front we have the Sparco Pro 2000 racing bucket. Pretty serious seat. We have the Sparco 6-point harness with the 2-inch webbing, which is good for the hands device because, you know, safety. We have the NRG quick release hub, and we have a Sparco steering wheel with Alcantara because race car. We also have the Element fire extinguisher because a fire would make your day a very bad day. Stock 6-speed transmission. Haven't had any problems with the stock transmission as of yet. We are at 650 horsepower. We're at close to 650 foot-pounds of torque. Things could start to go. Things could break. If they do break, then we'll deal with it then. But so far, you know, touch wood, no problems. Externally to the car, what do we have? We have the NK RPF ones. And we also have gyro disc 2-piece rotors running Carbotech brakes. If you can see in the front, also, maybe you can look inside. I don't know if the video will capture that. You can see ducting for the various engineering brake cooling kit. The intake is tanked up at the moment. I don't like stuff flying into my brakes when I'm not on the track, so I take them up. I have a previous video of the install of those, so you can check on my channel to look at those at the install of those brake ducts. Okay. Also, what do we have now? Yeah. So we have the RPF ones. We have another set of wheels right here. That'll be for another video. But needless to say, we have an extra set for different use. Those are my track set. That's for something else. Okay. Next, what do we have? Let's talk about the exhaust setup. Again, we have a custom EL header made by Matt at GT Customs over in Pickering, Ontario. You have the NVIDIA Q300 exhaust, which is filthy, and I'll need to clean that up because they're disgusting right now. We have a catalytic converter. I wonder if I can show this to you. It's a Jezzy. You can probably see it just over there, maybe a little dark, but there's a cat hiding there because, you know, I'm trying to keep it road legal. This car is fully road legal, which some people might not believe, but it is. What else do we have? Tile, 44mm wastegate that's been recirculated back into the exhaust. I don't like... I ran an external wastegate open before, and it was fun for the first while, and then it got really old really fast. So I made sure to recirculate the wastegate back into the exhaust. Do I lose performance? Maybe. But you know what? It's... I just don't want to deal with the noise of the fire. So, okay. What do we also have? Clutch. It's a South Bend Endurance Stage 3 Kevlar clutch. It's a race clutch. Very, very grabby. Not so bad, but it's definitely kind of on-off switch like. You gotta get the revs up a little bit. You can't. You gotta be prepared to drive the car. Sucks in traffic, but I mean, come on. This is not a car you want to be stuck in traffic with, right? What else? Suspension. All right, we have. Can we see down here? We have SPL. You can see that. Maybe you can see that. But but it's SPL lower control arms and tow arms in the rear. White line sway bars front and rear. A Super Pro roll center kit, and the HKS Hypermax SP edition coilovers, which are pretty stiff. They are a 12K spring in the front and 10K in the rear. It hurts my back on the street, but the car does not roll, which is pretty ridiculous. We have the Moore Sport hats, which are these guys here, which are bulletproof. They were designed for rallying, so any kind of part that's designed for jumping off, doing jumps and driving over gravel at high speed and rollovers and all that kind of crazy stuff, I think can handle the track environment pretty well. So that's what I run on top. Oh yeah, cool thing. One of my favorite things in the car is this. It's the APR GTC 300, which is a pretty serious wing. There is more coming. I will be doing some side splitters. Front is low. If you can see here, I have a prototype splitter I've been working on. I will be making a video on that when a little bit in the future. That splitter that you just saw over there has been tested. It has been on the car, and I've got to say, front and downforce is amazing. I didn't expect to notice that much, but even at just standard highway speeds, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, you can really feel the downforce. It's even in a straight line, which is surprising. So we're gonna make that thing out of a different material, which I have on order, and it will be coming in the next couple of days. And we're going to make a video showing you how it all goes together. Okay, so that's pretty much the build of the car. I will be doing other things, I'll be making other videos, talking about these guys, what I have planned for these wheels. That's going to be fun. We'll be doing the splitter, which will be happening in the next few days. I have parts ordered for that, and they're coming, and when they come in, we'll kind of go through that whole process together, because right now the car needs more downforce, especially with that big rear wing on the front, on the back. It needs to be balanced out. But so we're going to go through that. I'm going to be taking the car to the track, road course. It's a road course car, and we're going to be beating the living heck out of it. So if you want to kind of follow my journey as we kind of go around the track, spin off, and hopefully not do too much damage to it. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. Let's be honest here, it's a Subaru, it's going to blow up. But, for the time it's working, we're going to have some fun. So if you want to follow, please subscribe, hit the link down below. Leave a message if you have any questions, and see you guys later. Thanks for watching.